Now we are in 60, we have to go to 110 kilometers per hour. Let's go. The driving system here, it's absolutely customizable, let me tell you that. Crossing the speed hump, it's a fun with this car. I'm telling you, you will love it. Now we are coming out of Motorway. The braking is pretty smooth so far. Oh yes. Hello guys, welcome to Car Copenhagen, and today we are here to meet the newest member of Volkswagen ID family. Yes, it's Volkswagen ID.7. It's a big electric family sedan car that are made for long range. So if you're in the market for your next EV, this video is going to be perfect for you, because in this video we'll go through the exterior, interior and the driving aspect, so you know exactly if it's the right choice for you. So without further ado, let's jump into it. By the way, if you still haven't subscribed to our channel, please do so, as we have many interesting content like this coming up soon to our channel every week. So let's go and let's begin. Well, enough of talking, now it's time to hit the road. At first instance, you feel how comfortable the seat is actually. It holds you tight in your position, and that actually makes sense because this car is pretty fast, I heard, and we're gonna test that next. So we're gonna go to the motorway and see how fast this car is. I really like this car, it's pretty quiet inside. So now we are in 60, we have to go to 110 kilometers per hour. Let's go. Yes, we are 110. Excellent. This car has absolutely no problem keeping up the speed in the motorway. You will be feeling absolutely in control while driving this car in the motorway. It feels pretty heavy, but not in a way that it takes time to pull up. I really can appreciate the heads-up display in the front. It's really doing a good job telling me about my speed and what's allowed speed on the road. Excellent addition. In terms of visibility, it's okay, but it could be better. Like other car, for example, if you turn on your indicator, these days almost all the car showing the camera from the side, and this car being pretty long and having no camera as such, to something that they might have to think in the future. Comfort wise, it's giving pretty good comfort. Steering handling is nice and strict in the motorway. At least I really appreciate the blind monitoring system are kicking in every time. It's really helpful because this car is pretty long and you want to see all the way before you change the lane. So that feature was much needed there. Now we are coming out of motorway and the braking is pretty smooth so far. Oh yes. Oh yes, the braking was good. And again, we are in 80 kilometers per hour road, and driving this car feels as comfortable as it was in motorway. No question about that. I turn off the regen mode because I want to see how driving this car compares to normal combustion engine car. Apart from being quiet, I think you will absolutely be sure that you're driving a normal car. There is no learning curve whatsoever. I was driving in comfort mode. Now I am entering in the city, hence I am turning on the eco mode to see if it's helping a lot in slowing down the car, braking and so on. So let's jump into the eco mode now. The steering wheel becomes a little bit lighter, I can feel that. And the car tends to feel a little bit heavy compared to before. However, it's pretty smooth still, no complaint. It's fantastic driving this car. Last time when we drove ID.5, the driving experience is much better. Especially the suspension is way better and comfortable. Next, we'll take this car in uneven surface to check its suspension. I think it's got a little bit of free play in the brake because we turn off the regen braking system. And that brings me to the customization of this driving system, because you can do a lot with the driving system here. It's absolutely customizable, let me tell you that. The side mirrors are good, but they could be little bigger compared to the size of this car. They could be little bit bigger. However, if you widen them up, it should help a lot. Now we are in a road that you can really see the suspension. The road looks flat, but it's actually a very much wobbly road. And this car handling it pretty well. Yes, you feel the unevenness in the road, but you don't feel it in a bad way that it feels like a jerk. The car handles it more comfortably, and you get the cushiony feeling about it. Oh, crossing the speed hump, it's a fun with this car. I'm telling you, you will love it. But one thing I have noticed, when you start pulling up, this car actually feels like a little bit stuck. Then you have to push a little bit hard on the acceleration, and then it starts moving. I think that's for the security reason. It wants to make sure that you are really pressing that on purpose. Fantastic. Even in a small alley, turning this car around, it's not a problem because the steering handles so precisely. You really feel confident about driving this car, even in small roads. We are approaching a very small roundabout, and this car is pretty long, around 5 meters in length, and I will see how it's to drive this car in a small roundabout. Whoa, it's pretty good. I could easily and comfortably maneuver this car in the roundabout, and this one was pretty small. In the straight line driving also, this car is doing pretty amazing job. When you are going in the straight line and driving, cruising, enjoying your ride, you will love it with this car. One thing I have noticed though, in terms of braking, what I noticed, this car has a little bit of free play in the braking. So when you start the braking, it starts responding a little bit later. Especially when you're in the traffic, you have to keep in mind about that. We are almost at the end of our test. All in all, what I can say, this car is coming with very much refined driving experience, giving a lot of possibility for your adventure and also comfortable commute to the work back and forth. You can use this car for family and also for your individual purpose. However, one thing I like it to be improved is the visibility all around. This car is pretty long and there's a bit of blind spot going on, right? Apart from this blind spot assist, you don't have any cameras that you can opt for. So driving this car in the city center can be a little bit hectic at time to time, especially when the weather is so bad. And that's all I want to say about the driving. All in all, it's an amazing driving experience with this car. So if you have the need for a family electric sedan and you're okay with the price point and happy to compromise the visibility that it has, this car could be a perfect family car for you. Let's talk about the design of this car. First of all, it's very clean and timeless design with very much modernistic approach to it. In the front, you get LED light covering the whole front of the car. In addition, you get a special LED headlight that represents and moves like human eyes. Two-tone color contrast is also a dominating feature throughout the car. It's done in the most subtle manner, which makes this car impressively beautiful. Slopey roofline stretching up to all the way back remain as ID signature touch. Matte silver lining on the roof is added a very nice touch to it. It's actually more visible in other color than this white one. This ID7 is made on Volkswagen's MEB platform that has been used among other ID cars and also other car from Volkswagen Group. It is 4.96 meter long and size-wise it can be compared with Tesla Model S and Mercedes EQE. Throughout the design, the drag coefficient is also impressively maintained up to 0.23 CD. Creases and cuts in the front helps to navigate the air with more efficiently. The wheel starts with 19-inch and goes up to 20-inch. In the rear, it continues the minimalistic look with full-length LED taillight. Sectional cuts on the taillight is also very unique. All in all, it's an amazing looking car that matches equally with the higher standard set by dynamic driving. Now let's get inside of this car and find out if it's a match.
Welcome to the interior. At first, it appears to be very modern and minimalistic. Inside the cabin, it looks like airy and spacious, thanks to the panoramic sunroof. The blue ambient lighting can be seen going across, matching perfectly with the dark theme. Piano black trim can be highly visible throughout the dash, steering wheel, and in the door panel. Steering wheel has integrated button with haptic feeling to it. It's nice, but physical button is more preferable. On the other side, you have the engine start button with gear selector. Seats are with microfiber clothing and full massage functionality. It ensures a cozy and comfortable driving experience. However, the steering wheel adjustment is kept manual. I really like that feature. The design is top-notch in the door panel with premium door opener, high-quality leatherette, piano black trim, and microfiber touch. It also gives access to boot opening button. 2 USB-C port with wireless charging pad along with customizable cup holder is also here. It also has a nice closing shutter with premium look. Soft padded armrest with dual door opening is also added. A decent sized glove box with soft opening are in your access too. Overall, this whole cockpit feels sophisticated with lots of high-end materials. Now let's move to the back cabin. At first instance, you notice it's very spacious, airy and practical, yet very comfortable and convenient. The seats are really cozy and comfortable with microfiber clothing, and also it offers isofix points for easy installation of child seats. The armrest in the back is also made with soft padded leatherette with 2 integrated cup holder. Thankfully, it also has a ski opener so you can carry longer items. Otherwise, the floor is completely flat with no hump, allowing carry 3 adults in the back with no problem. There is also a separate air vent given with separate control and USB points. It ensures a great connectivity and better comfort. Amazingly enough, the front seats are also having various seat pockets for your needs. Legroom is also ample here with the possibility of extending your feet. Headroom is decent, so people over 6 feet will also be fine here. Overall, it's a great back cabin with perfect combination of comfort and practicality. I really loved it. Let's go and check out the boot space, shall we? Firstly, it opens like a hatch, allowing maximum accessibility. It offers a cargo space of 532 liters. The load lip isn't much at all. There is also a removable raised floor, allowing access to underfloor storage for charging cable or other things you want to put away. As nice addition, there is an optional seat flattening lever in the back to make life easier whenever needed. However, you have to pull up the seats back manually. When rear seat is folded, the cargo space becomes 1586 liters. Another nice touch is the optional automatic tow bar release button, so you can hide it until needed. Otherwise, all practical tethering points, 12-volt sockets and sufficient lighting is also given throughout the boot. Last but not the least, it closes automatically with the press of a button. They also came up with the infotainment system as it's more crisp, bright and responsive. You can just see it's already a better upgrade from their previous one. The layout of the screen is also managed cleverly. All most used settings are kept on the top of the screen, allowing quick access, and in the bottom, all functions related to climate control. There is also touch-sensitive backlit options in the bottom if you prefer that. You can see the level of customization they have offered here. It's just impressive. High definition 360 camera with park assist is also available. All in all, it ensures higher user experience with great usability and very little learning curve. Anyone can find their favorite settings very easily, which makes driving this car is extremely easy. Now let's jump into the performance and price. At the moment it comes with 77 kilowatt-hour battery offering up to 618 kilometers of range. From single motor driving unit, it produces 286 brake horsepower with top speed of 180 km per hour. In addition, it takes 6.5 seconds to go from 0 to 100 kilometers. It also has pulling capacity of up to 1200 kilos. When it comes to the first charging, it takes 28 minutes to go from 0 to 80% of the battery with highest 175 kilowatt hour. It takes 7.5 hours with 11 kilowatt charging facility. When it comes to pricing, in Denmark it starts from 450,000 Danish crown, in UK around 56,000 pound and 57,000 euro in Germany. For US market at the moment the price is not announced. Having all this said, let's wrap up and see what we think of this new ID.7.
All in all, this car has very unique and refined driving experience with significantly better suspension and ride quality. The styling of this car is also very modern and has futuristic approach to it. However, the software and the battery efficiency is better with the rivals like Tesla and Mercedes. But when comparing the price with another brands like Tesla, Mercedes and Audi, it lies on more reasonable price tag. And especially when you think about leasing this car. Not only that, it might also have better leasing option, so don't forget to check that option as well. But regardless, it's a very great car that's seriously worth your attention. So I highly recommend that you book yourself for a test drive, because this is the car I believe you must experience before making a decision, as it's ticking almost all the boxes in the list. And that's all from me for now. I hope to see you in the next video with another amazing car. Until then, please take care and drive safe.